Hey, good evening, everybody. How is everybody doing today?
Everybody is well here on this side of town.
We finna get ready and go live. Talk about the sports today.
Yeah,
Couple of things happened around the NBA and the NFL.
yeah, yes.
But before we
Uh,
get, go ahead.
Go ahead. No. I can't wait to dive into this thing.
Yeah, we're
Uh,
gonna roll. I'm rolling with Coach Prime. Win, lose, or draw. And I saw the USC game, and I think it just showed me that, like I said, they got to get more recruiting. Pretty much, USC had way more weapons, especially offensive. Defense, they defense really wasn't too much different than Colorado defense for them to, go back and forth like that. But
well,
uh,
the offensive line is probably something to probably
oh yeah,
beefing up there.
oh
That,
yeah,
that the offensive line has been exposed ever since they played Oregon, and in
yep,
which I wish I was on the cast to really go into and dive into that Oregon game and some of the comments that were made by the Oregon coach. I
yeah,
look at some things in which he said, and I was like, we're from the South. We're from Little Rock, and
oh
so
yeah, for sure,
we believe in saying what you got to say up front, and and then hey, let that be that. But he had a lot of comments to say, after the game, and he was kind of quiet, like, oh, we got respect for him, and then after the game is like he's making statements like,
hmm
hey,
even
we
at
play.
halftime.
Yeah,
Remember
I
him
mean,
going at halftime. I hope
say,
they're
saying
watching.
saying like, hey, we thought we are going into a battle which we didn't have.
Yeah,
Statements like that. We play to a standard. I'm like, what is the implications? Are you implying that Colorado doesn't play to win as a standard? What is the implications? And the whole, we play for wins, they play for clicks. I mean, technically, if you're in the business of raising money, you're playing for clicks as well. So hats off to Dion for helping them out, boost their revenues as well as he's doing for the Colorado Buffaloes. I just don't
yeah,
like the one-sided boxy
yeah.
nature that some people can get into when it comes down to sports.
And
We
like I
can
said,
appreciate we can appreciate how good he is and how great he is, but
yeah,
we have to tie it into him being over flashy or
yeah,
doing things,
exactly.
demonstrative. We can't just say, hey, he's a talented coach that knows what he's doing, and we respect him for that. And so I
Yeah,
think that's what I want us to get to that narrative in the NCAA when it comes down to football and coaches of color. I feel like that's the hidden elephant in the room. And so those some of those comments, I feel like I would have respected them more if it came out and said it
yeah.
like in the preliminary rounds to kind of like give them the extra edge.
Yeah, I think some coaches, they have to work so hard to get to that point, and they get mad or they feel entitled, I guess, and it kind of throws them off that another person can get there without having to go that same path that they took.
Yeah.
Like they got to climb Mount Everest to get to being a coach, and Dion just, he just went up 65th Street, and he was a
Well,
coach. You know what I'm saying? And they don't
well,
like that. You know what I'm saying? They,
I don't know, man. I feel like Dion. I feel like we come down to him versus some of those other coaches. He played the sport at a professional level. He's coached
yeah,
little league.
he
He
has.
started a school. I mean, he's done a lot of work. Went to he coached on a lower level till he got an opportunity to coach college football. I feel like he's very grassroots, and I feel like he deserves his respect.
Yeah,
And to be put in a situation where on one hand you're like downing him for being confident and cocky, on the other hand you're being the same thing. So I feel like it's a little hypocritical.
definitely.
As one of the
Critical.
hip hop artists says, they're more hypocritical than a dying hippopotamus.
Yeah.
Like, so hey,
So
I just
who's your other college team that you're looking at right now? Who you
you,
like
you
in
know
college?
I you know I like the Razorbacks for sure, just because they're the home team. I may not
Yeah.
agree with their policy, and they may need to change some policies down there to kind of.
Did
Uh,
they interview Dion at one time?
I think they did, if I'm
Man,
not mistaken.
what?
I'm one.
They're not ready for that on the hill though. They're not ready for that on the hill,
Well,
man.
my thing is, why
Yeah.
not? Why not? I mean,
Uh,
we we
know why not. Do we really want to say the answer? But we know why not. They not ready.
My thing is this. Like I said, I'm gonna say this. We need to be about winning and being the best, and all that other stuff. But it doesn't matter if it doesn't win championships, if it doesn't put bottoms in the seats, then we may need to change our policies. That's the segue I led into when we started talking about the Arkansas Razorbacks. I like them because I'm from Arkansas.
Right.
I don't identify with some of the ways they have handled themselves, and I probably won't agree with everything they do. But as far as me being a fan of theirs, I'm from the home state, and hopefully their policies become more aligned with that which of winning versus that which may be the acceptable norm around that place. So that's what I'll say.
The thing, like with Arkansas, right? When you really sit back and look at it, right? It seemed like they always get, every college is like this, but some colleges, they only get certain positions they're strong at. And then it seemed like the rest of them is kind of It seemed like after Steve Atwater era and all that stuff, they never really got a solid secondary. Maybe Batman, Adam Curl, maybe after that, but otherwise than that, it seems like they always get running backs and maybe a quarterback or some kind of athletic person to play quarterback where they running like options and all that, but it seems like they can never get those,
defense side.
Past it. They always have a good D line, but when you go in the secondary, it's like it get real sketchy. Set linebacker at the secondary, you know what I'm saying? And I think you can't recruit those people with some of the coaches that you have in there because they're so vanilla, you know what I'm saying? But we said on the podcast, some people got to win on their own terms, and that's just how they roll. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I hate that.
We've seen it. We hadn't really got back into the legitimacy of basketball since Nolan left.
You just took it right out of my mouth.
Exactly. so it's like,
are they still paying them? Are they still paying them?
I mean,
I know
we should be. We should be paying him a debt of gratitude for a long time here because he put us into relevant. He made us relevant, when it coming out to the tournament.
And another thing, I don't never see them bring a lot of the black alumni back around there. Like you don't see Steve Atwater on the sideline. You don't see, you don't see, Tavares. Now Tavares had his career in Arkansas. Did he didn't finish out his career? Did he?
I don't think so.
I think he came and he left. He went. I think he transferred, but I think D-Mac do some stuff with him here, and I think he do some stuff with him. But a lot of the.
This is the thing I was speaking towards, the policy about which we conduct ourselves have to change as a state. Moreover, definitely out there in Fayetteville, if we plan on winning in a era where we have something called a portal now. Where top tier talent can choose and refuse to go where they like, and you definitely want to encourage that. At the same time, we want to be that place where they come to, and have
you build your whole team now. Like you think about 3 or 4 quarterbacks from the SEC, like Bo Nix and Caleb Williams went over to USC and Oregon. Like they weren't doing that well in the SEC. I was telling my wife, who wouldn't want to go to California if they call USC? Say, come start for us. Who wouldn't want to go to California where the weather great all year round? I mean, you get the best receivers to throw to that you could think of.
They got skill. I mean, the West Coast caters to skill. Those guys got fundamentals over there.
Yeah.
We smash mouth football. We got skill. We got size with those guys.
It's pleasant SEC. They got skill. They got everything, but you got to have the money. You got to have the NIL money to get them, though. Like Georgia. They got everything. Alabama, they got everything. Alabama started to lose players, though, because I don't know if it's the culture, like you say, the policy that players don't like. It's like, well, if you're going to have me like this, I can go to Georgia. And you know what I'm saying?
And get me correct. I'm not talking about written policies. I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I'm talking about the hidden cultural norms when it comes down to policy. I'm not talking about, and definitely by all means, I'm saying that I am familiar with some, not all things. I'm not familiar with the whole scope of work, but I know that there are some things that are limiting the success that could be had on that level. That's what I do know.
That's why Dion's gonna recruit a lot of players because of his policy. If you come in, you study, do your job, You can have personality on the field. He wouldn't even care. Just if you do your job, you're gonna be on the field playing. It's not gonna be no politics involved. You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's what we need to get back to in sports and in the workplace. We need to get back to supporting those people who do the best job. And I can't wait to definitely talk to you about my journey as a teacher. I got my little ESTEM Teacher of the Year
I like
award.
that. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Definitely, we definitely will talk about my journey into the education field. But one thing I did appreciate this year was definitely, rewarding those individuals that that put forth the effort and just come today with, just come to win. And so, and it's not something that I talk about like doing in my personal and just observing other people, something that I believe in my own personal life, rewarding those people that deserve it.
Yeah, and before we move to the next topic, I think that's one of the things we're gonna do on the other podcast is really kind of hone in on some of the journeys that the youth don't know about. You know what I'm saying? Growing up in the inner city, a lot of kids don't really understand, and from what I see anyway, the path that it takes. Like if you want to go pro, what path do you have to start setting for yourself now? If you want to go to a top tier college, the path that you got to take. You got to start thinking about your diet and lifting weights instead of hanging out. You got to be working out. You know what I'm saying? You have to put yourself ahead of the pack. You know what I'm saying? And even in the corporate world, same thing. You know what I'm saying? So for sure.
I look at us and I see, man. I was so people don't understand, like growing up in a city like Little Rock and being fortunate enough to be able to leave and see other things, man. It's not given to everybody, and so many people who went to high school with us are no longer alive and are incarcerated, and it's just one of those things that you look back and you reflect and say, man, you just thank God for your blessings.
Yeah, I was telling them at church today. I was saying that you have to be careful about when you scatter and get away from everybody, because when you on your own and you're away from the herd, it's easy to get picked off. When you on your own in the open range and you by yourself, now you out there, you and the predator.
Well,
way of living, you know what I'm saying? And a whole nother way of thinking. Every step you take has to be thought about and calculated. Because if you miscalculate one time, one miscalculation can be done. You know what I'm saying?
Cost you big.
And that's what I'm saying. People want to say, I want to go to New York. Have you ever been to New York? If you're from Little Rock, have you ever been to New York? Do you understand? If you just go to New York, it's not like on TV. What you think on TV? You know what I'm saying?
I think people should just want to have a collective experience to see something different and
that's cool.
and learn from differences. I don't feel like I need to live in New York to be able to appreciate some of the nice things in New York.
Right.
And a lot of things that I can't wait to really discuss on the podcast on a different one is talking about growing where you're planted, or evolving where you're planted, because I got the opportunity to leave out and come back. It gave me a different perspective on a lot of things, and definitely can't wait to share that.
But you went to LA, right?
I did. I went to LA for over 12 years.
I bet you were like, "Boy, I can't wait to get back home."
Well, there's some things that LA just. I mean, I love LA. It's some things that I like about LA, and there's some things that I don't like about LA. It's just. It's a beautiful experience. And some things that I wish I never had experienced in life. But hey, I got a lot of educations from LA.
Sure. Yeah. All right, guys, go ahead. Go into our next topic. Let us know what you think about this in the comments. Dame time in Greek.
Well, the Greek freak. Before big ups to Colorado and SC. Great game. Sure. Definitely, I would like to see them shore up that offensive line maybe next year, or even make some changes this year to help them be a better viable team. They're doing an excellent job, man. They are a viable team, but to demonstrate it in tough battles like Oregon and USC. And I know we're going to see some great stuff here in the next upcoming games and next upcoming years. So I just want to end that out with really addressing the SC situation. Great job to Caleb.
Rolling with
Yeah,
Coach Prime, win, lose, or draw, baby. Well,
yeah,
let's
yeah,
go.
yeah. He's doing an excellent job. Big
Man.
kudos, big ups to Coach Prime, and I like
For
that
sure.
Heisman Trophy candidate in SC is Caleb Williams. I think he's phenomenal. Keep going, doing
So
what you got to do.
I got a question. Is he good as an individual, or is the team that make him look
Well,
that great?
it's all about systems, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
shucks. Look at some of those guys. Look at Mono Ginobili, Tony Parker. They look well in the system. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know how they look on a Cleveland team.
Tony Parker went to the Hornets. He didn't look so good.
See,
he ended up going back to the Spurs to retire.
See, I'm trying to tell you, people look great at systems. A good system will make you look great. So,
boy, for real.
Do I? I mean, I don't know. We won't know until, you know. I mean,
he left the SEC was supposed to be the best conference. You know what I'm saying? He left the SEC. Him and Bo Nix. They was
Caleb has some skill on that undeniable skill. You know, he's throwing a little like Pat Mahomes, a little bit side throws, and accuracy, man, long ball. I feel like I don't know. I feel like he's legitimate in that regard. Bo Nix, I definitely think he definitely benefits from that system. I feel like you know, some quarterbacks going to benefit from the system. We'll see.
I think Caleb Williams, he's going to be playing on Bo Nix. I think I can see him being like a Mariota, like kind of, I don't know. My jury's still out on Bo Nix, but Caleb Williams, though, he going to be playing in the NFL for sure. And he going to be throwing that thing because he made a couple of throws in that Colorado game. I was like, okay. I mean, he threw like a post route that was over the linebacker, but between the safety and cornerback. A lot of quarterbacks be scared to even throw that throw, or they won't throw it right, and they get picked off. But he threw it perfectly where the receiver caught it, still running in stride. Like, those are the people don't realize those are the throws that you really got to practice and understand how to throw that kind of throw. To throw the receiver open and him catching in stride, and he can run it into the goal post. Those are not easy throws to make, but that, you know, some people got to be wide open for them to throw that kind of ball. But he's pretty good on that one. But yeah, man, what you think about the NBA, man? We put a move into that. Dame time.
Oh, and man. Dame Dollar. Dame. Hey, you know, I feel like Dame is going to probably get the opportunity he deserves. I feel like he's put in the work and he deserves to be around. Having a cast of people that can play. You know, you put him around Chris Middleton, Bobby Portis. You put him around Giannis, Antetokounmpo. You know, you get you and the other fellows. You know, what's the guy from the Phoenix Suns? I can't really think of his name. Think of him right now. But there's a cast of people that you put him around.
Yeah,
and I feel like he deserves it. I feel like we're gonna really get a chance to see if provided the opportunity, can Dame be a champion.
I like this team better than Miami. I think Miami, I know that the weather's great and the city great, but I think Milwaukee is the best place that he could have went.
I don't think Miami guaranteed him anything.
No, they were trying to get him on the low. They were trying to say, okay, this grown-up player, he only want to come to us, so let's see if we can kind of get him for the low. You know what I'm saying?
Well, my opinion, I don't think Dame with Jimmy and Bam guarantees a championship.
Nah.
I don't. I mean, I feel like he's in a better position over there in Milwaukee to really battle a Boston Celtics team that has the acquisition of Jrue Holiday.
Oh man, so we're gonna talk about that too. Cause like I was telling him, can you imagine the pick and roll with Dame and Greek, man? Good night.
Man,
if you hedge it, if you try to step back and hedge it, he gonna shoot the ball over.
Dude,
if you try to steal it, if you try to get on him and double it, he gonna pass it to Greek and he gonna dunk on whoever else. He's down a couple men in the paint.
And then we can't forget Chris Middleton is a dog, man.
Yeah, he is. And now you got two wing players that can shoot on either side, so you can't double.
Chris Middleton is a dog, man.
We gotta stay healthy. That's the other thing. If he can stay healthy, he gotta stay healthy, man.
I mean, he don't have to carry 50% of the team. I don't think he has to carry that anymore. Giannis doesn't have to carry 50% anymore, man. Now they can share the low with Dame, and now you got guys that they can show up. You know, they don't have to carry too much of the low.
And if Giannis just worked on the post game, like just you get the ball at the elbow on the block and just turn around and shoot that thing, just a little bit. He don't even got to be great.
I
I'm
mean,
talking about like show him some Patrick Ewing tapes. I don't know.
dude,
Show
they
him
got
some,
Chris Middleton. They got
man.
Chris Middleton can shoot the ball on the baseline, and he can shoot beyond the arc a little bit. They got who else? They
But if
got
he had a post game though, like if he had a game where he get on the block and just put his hand, you
mhm.
with nobody now. You can't. You got to keep your eyes on everybody. You got to straight up because if Giannis can go down to I'm not saying he got to do it every play, but if he get that game where when the game slow down, they trying to close out the paint, and he learn how to get that thing on the elbow between the elbow and block, and
I
be
mean,
down in the post, man, dude will
they
be
got Jay
unstoppable.
Crowder, who we're not talking about. It was really great. He did really well being on the 3-point line. I mean, he can definitely grow.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He can definitely Giannis could definitely grow to put some more moves in his arsenal. I'm
Man,
gonna
it'd be
definitely agree
dangerous.
with you,
It'd be hard to hold. Like if I was the coach, I was like, listen, I'm not
dude.
saying you got to do it every play, but listen, in that third and fourth quarter, especially in the playoffs, if you develop a post game, we will be hard to beat. I promise you, we'll be hard to
I
beat.
mean,
Man,
they got Pat Connaughton that really did a good job for them.
yeah,
They got Brooke and Robin Lopez. I mean,
yeah,
they pretty Bobby.
yeah.
They pretty much got a nice little team
And they
that's
still
been.
got Bobby Portis. They still got Bobby Portis too.
They do.
Okay.
They still got Bobby Portis.
Cool.
Hometown guy.
Yeah, yeah,
From Arkansas.
yeah.
They're looking pretty good, and I
Yeah.
don't know 100% how this thing gonna gel, but for
I think
me,
it'll gel pretty good. I can
yeah,
see that.
if I'm going off my speculation, I definitely think it's gonna do what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, I think that's they going. I think it's all dependent on Dame attitude. If his attitude is great, that team gonna go through the roof, man. It's all
If
about attitude, though.
if Dame shows up and be Dame, then
Yeah.
I put the East on notice. I don't
Well,
care.
we're
I
gonna
don't
talk about
care.
this next team, though. We're gonna Drew Holiday. His final destination is with the Celtics. He went to the Blazers first. Stopped there for what they Rob Parker say. He stopped for a cup of coffee and a sweet roll. Then they sent him on to the Celtics. So what you think about the Celtics, man? I mean, it's kind of like
Man,
a better
first of
Marcus Smart,
all,
a
first of all,
better,
they got rid of Marcus Smart and Robert
but they
Williams. I don't know
upgraded.
how.
They
I
got a
don't know.
taller and better Marcus Smart.
Oh, you talking about Drew? I
Yeah,
don't know, man.
you think so?
Dude,
Man, he's way better than Marcus Smart. I'll take Drew any day over Marcus Smart.
dude, I don't know. There's some things that you can't put on a statistical analysis that Marcus Smart has
You talking
and
about
brings to
flopping?
a team.
You talking
I
about the
mean,
flopping and stuff?
I'm talking about the leadership he brings to the team. I'm talking about that toughness that he brings. I'm talking about even that heart that he has. Like when it comes down to shooting the ball in in big moments,
Toughness and heart don't increase your shooting percentage though in tight games though.
Well, he's hit some very big shots for
Not
them
enough.
last
Not
year in the
enough.
playoffs.
He ain't hit enough. That's why they traded
No,
him. He ain't hit enough.
the problem is I don't think we can blame Marcus for things that Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown didn't do, or we didn't even see Malcolm Brogdon even show up a little bit in those playoffs as well as much as I
Malcolm
would have liked.
Brogdon, I think he Malcolm Brogdon, you know how some players hit that perfect situation where their talent really shines, but they don't really have that dog like to really be that superstar. I think Malcolm Brogdon hit a perfect vortex of in Indiana when he was shining because players was down and he was kind of highlighting more and it made him look good. He got their money that at the right time. He never really stood out in Milwaukee when he was in Milwaukee, but
Well,
he never stood out as like he would be like a feature kind of player though, like
I
a
don't
second
think
and
they
third
built a
option.
system around him.
Right.
We was
No.
talking about systems. I feel like they
Yeah.
brought in that young coach.
Mhm.
He probably was trying to so much tailor the game towards JT and Jaylen Brown
You
that
got to though.
I don't think he made the adjustment on how we're gonna use Malcolm, how we're gonna
Yeah,
benefit
I can see that.
when Jason Tatum is not hitting shots, when Jaylen Brown is not being consistent, when they're being a little inconsistent, how we're gonna bring Malcolm Brogdon or how we're gonna bring somebody else in to cover the slack, and that's why you touting Drew Holiday because you saying, man, when those guys are not being themselves or can bring certain sportsman gamesmanship to the game, we depend on Drew to back them up.
Well,
But I'm
look
going to
at
say
this
this,
though.
and it may be controversial, but I don't know necessarily if Drew bought it every time for the Milwaukee Bucks, and if so, I don't know if they would have been in the situation they were in last year. And I know that's unfair to him.
I think Drew is not he's not an offensive juggernaut. He's like
Okay,
I think he kind of like an old school. He kind of got that 85 mentality. Like I'm trying to think of a player who remind me of him like in the NBA back in the day. He's not no offensive juggernaut. He kind of remind me like a Ron Harper almost. Remember when Ron Harper played for the Bulls?
now,
He kind
dude,
of remind me of that. That's what we kind
I
of
don't
remind me
know.
of. A
I don't
tall
know.
guard, a
I
tall
believe you can
guard.
count on Run for a bucket. I don't know if every time I can count on Drew for a
I
bucket.
mean, don't wasn't he averaging like what? Was he averaging 15 or 20 a game, something like that?
Man,
Drew Holiday?
let's pull him up,
Yeah,
man.
let's pull him up, man.
Let's
I
let's
mean,
pull let's pull Drew up,
but
man.
man, defensively though, like him, Brown, and Tatum as your backcourt, that's a tough defensive matchup, man.
I definitely think he's gonna do well with this team. I definitely believe he got some great stuff to him. But I'm not as sold as trading a Robert Williams.
Yeah, he averaged 19 points a game, 19, 5, and 7.
Yeah, how did he do in the playoffs?
Did they have the playoff stats on there? I don't know.
But my thing is this. I get all that. Maybe it didn't equate into my eyes when I saw the game as like, dang, he's
I get
helping.
what you're saying though. I just think you just gotta know what kind of. I mean, he's not the Maserati. He's more like he's more like a Tahoe. You know what I'm saying? Just solid. You know what I'm saying? Not the fastest. It's just something. You know what I'm saying? It's a utility. He's like a utility vehicle kind of. You know what I'm saying?
And he'll be perfect for Boston. He'll be perfect for
Yep.
Boston. But I don't know if giving up Robert Williams, which was a good young center.
You talking about the dude?
The
Robert,
defense,
they got the unicorn though.
man, come on, man. Please,
you know I had to get you, man. You know I had to get you, man.
dude, man, come on, dude is
They
not
got
no.
the unicorn, man.
I didn't see him get it out the mud in Dallas. I didn't see him do a lot of. I saw him play okay in where was it, Washington?
It's easy to play with. You ain't got the cameras on you, the spotlight not on you. You can ball out.
I need if you're gonna take me to the promised land against the Joker against Jokic, I need to see a little bit. I need to see some toughness, man. I need to see some
EuroLeague guy though. Yeah,
EuroLeague. Yeah, but if you're gonna win a championship, NBA championship, I definitely believe you gotta have some defensive prowess. That's what I say.
I think him playing for a team like that. I don't know if his attitude gonna be right. We'll see. Maybe he been humbled, but he used to kind of act. I think he was jealous of he should have stayed on the Dallas. I don't know why he wanted to leave. I think he should have just ate that humble pie and been on the team. What's that? They would have been really good together. They would have been really good.
All they had to
do reason he didn't like
learn how to shoot the ball, share the ball, and just learn how to be good in their position. I feel like, and so for me, if I'm gonna trade a young center who has some defensive skills about him, and I'm gonna trade him and who they traded, Malcolm Brogdon, for Drew. I don't know. I don't know how well it works. I think they got better. I think they got better in one area, but weaker in another.
Let us know in the comments what you think about the Celtics trade. I think that's gonna work though, bro. I would trade Malcolm Brogdon for Drew Holiday in a heartbeat.
Man, it don't seem like you up on Malcolm Brogdon, but hey, I think Malcolm Brogdon is gonna do well in Portland.
It's gonna be easy because there's no cameras. It's not gonna be like when he's in Indiana. It's not gonna be no cameras. It's not gonna be no pressure, and you're not gonna be on ESPN with the camera zooming in on you every time you miss a shot.
They're gonna still have to play them hard teams. They still gonna have to,
but they're not gonna be on TV though. Like you can do all the stuff you want to do when the team not that good. It's almost like you just go out there and just play. But when you playing for a championship contender or you touted to win, it's a whole different animal. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole different animal.
Well, we definitely gonna see what comes of it. I definitely believe Drew Holiday is a great basketball player. I wish I could have saw a little bit more of like when Chris Middleton went down, closing the gap a little bit, and some, I like to see them pushing the playoffs a little bit further than they did last year.
Yeah, but Middleton stay healthy though, man. The Bucks are gonna be a team.
I mean,
they're gonna be running dudes out the gym, man. Because Like, man, can you imagine fast break with Dame running the ball down court? You got Middleton on the wing, then you got Greek coming off your right.
They still got a problem in the West. They still got surprises. They still got some stuff in the West to deal with.
And you think about the Nurkic going to the Suns. What do you think about that?
Dude, man, the Suns are just
because he don't require the ball. He's just gonna rebound the ball and do the dirty work. He don't require the ball like that. You know.
Let me tell you, the Suns, them getting rid of DeAndre Ayton for
DeAndre Ayton, man. I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know why. I don't know, man. Some people got to win on their own terms. I guess that's the best way I could put it. Some people got to win on their own terms. And dude is crazy. Dude, man, I don't know what he was thinking.
Dude should have just enjoyed the ride, man. You got all that offensive.
They got rid of money. Money not there no more. Just chill out. All you got to do is just chill out and play.
All dude had to do is just enjoy the ride,
But I think after he let Jokic do him like that, you can't keep a dude like that on your team. You let Jokic do you like that, man. I'm not down in Jokic, but you can play better.
I gotta ask you, what is he gonna do about it, man? Like what is?
Before he got the attitude problem, he used to play hard against Jokic. Before he got into it with Monty, he used to kind of ball out a little bit.
I mean, if that's inside of him, we definitely see it from Portland.
I know he was having problems with cannabis, but now he's finna go to Oregon, where it's one of the cannabis capitals. I don't know, man. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, we definitely gonna see DeAndre Ayton and see what he can do on the basketball court.
What do you think about the Suns, though? You think they're gonna have a good record this year?
I mean, they have everything. They have every reason to have one of the best records in the West.
What about the depth, though? You think they got enough depth to come off the bench?
I mean, man, with all that power they got, you can bring some guys over from the G League, man. And
they're gonna be playing like an AAU team, man. They're gonna be playing like an AAU team. That's what it's gonna look like, an AAU game when you play against them.
They got so much. So much power, man. Like, hey, we can just play. We can just bring some guys over and make it happen.
Man, your heartbeat work? You got a good heartbeat? You can stand on 10 toes. That's all we need.
And that's it. Hey, just be able to catch the ball and pass it, man.
So, what do you think about the Nuggets, man? You think they still looking good?
I do. I don't know if they did enough in the offseason to solidify.
I don't think they had no money. They didn't have enough money, man.
Didn't they get rid? They let Brown. Who did Brown? Didn't they lose a player? Did they lose some players from their championship?
I wouldn't doubt it. You always lose players from championship teams. Teams always come sniping, try to break your team up.
Let me tell you something, man. Let me look at this Phoenix Suns roster before we get over there. Man, I mean. They're different, man. They decent. You're right, man. Besides the big boys, they're as far as known players.
Yeah,
man, it's looking really scary.
And they get an off season. And you know the coach they got now, Vogel. You know he had the Lakers. I think he understands what system to have them run that makes them work. You know what I'm saying? So he did the same thing with the Lakers, you know what I'm saying? They really haven't been the same ever since.
Yeah.
And I know people talking about Dallas and stuff, but nah, I don't think they got enough, man. They're gonna have to get some more players though. They're gonna have to get some more. Kyrie Irving, good. I like Kyrie, but nah.
I mean
when you got Durant,
they got fleeced. They lost a lot of their good players when they got rid of on that Kyrie trade. You know, a lot of their good defensive players like Dorian Finney-Smith. They lost a couple more players that I feel like, man, was pretty part of their core. We'll just see how they bounce. Man, they got a lot to deal with over there, man. You got hold on, let's go with the champs. You got the champs to deal with. You got Jokic to deal with over there. You got Murray over there. I mean, you got a lot to deal with over in that team alone. Then you got Golden State to deal with. You got my Clippers to deal with, man.
Oh, they got Grayson Allen from the Bucks.
Grayson Allen, I saw that. That's a good pickup, man. That's a good pickup. Grayson Allen. If Bobo show up, man. If Bobo develop a little bit, man. Hey, dude, don't sleep on Bobo, man. Bobo develop a little bit, man. They might have.
He got to get some more weight on him, man.
Hey, dude, got to put that ball in that hole, man. That's all he needs to learn how to do.
Oh, they got Eric Gordon. I didn't know that. That probably be come off the bench. That'd be pretty cool.
I ain't see Eric Gordon on.
Yeah, they got Eric Gordon now. Yeah, I don't know how they supposed to got him through free agency or something, but yeah, he
Dude, I don't see Eric Gordon on this roster. I only see.
In fact, let me show. I'll share the screen with you. Let me share the screen with
Yeah.
you. Let me share the screen and Phoenix roster.
Man, they got enough.
Hey, check it out. Check it out. Look on the screen. Check it out. They got Jordan Goodwin. I don't know who is he pretty good?
Dude, don't ask me, man. I don't want to tell you. No,
do your heart beat? Do your heart beat? You got 10 toes?
Yeah. Hey. Hey, you catch, man.
Yeah, man. Bradley Beal, Grayson Allen. I don't know who they. I don't even want to butcher dude's name. Me too. Metal.
Yeah.
Chizime.
Hey, he might be really good too. I don't know. I don't know that cat.
When he get off the bench, Keon Johnson. I think I heard him before.
I haven't heard of him.
Lee.
I haven't heard of him. I heard Damian Lee. I think I heard of Nazir Little as well.
Bobo, your guy Bobo.
Yeah.
Drew Eubanks.
Brainwright is decent.
I don't know who that is.
What's Abe? Boy, hey, I like him, dude. Yeah, he gets a little bit down.
Is he Asian?
Yeah, he can get down a little bit. Yeah,
they're gonna be on the bench, bro.
Hey, man, don't be surprised he coming out the second unit, giving it to you.
Yeah, when they blow somebody out, garbage time.
No, he probably coming. He might get in that rotation. Dude, hey, don't downplay Watanabe, man. Hey, don't do it, man.
I'm gonna hold you to that. I'm gonna hold you to that.
Hey, I'm gonna hold you to it. When he come in, I'm gonna hold you to it. Buckets. Don't say nothing. Don't say I didn't tell you.
I'm gonna hold you to it, man. When he don't get in the game, he be over there with the towel on his knees. I'm gonna hold you to it.
Hey, it's all right. I'll be ready to have that conversation when that day comes.
But yeah, that's the key person for them right there, man. Somebody that ain't gonna clog up the paint and mess up their flow. He can pass the ball too. He don't care about scoring. Like,
oh man, that's all they needed. That's all they need. They need somebody to get it off the boards.
Man, he gonna ball out. He gonna ball out this shit without.
Man, they got a really nice team over there. Phoenix. You got to deal with Phoenix in the West. You got to deal with the Lakers in the West. Sacramento is up and coming. We don't know what they're gonna do.
Let me look at them and see what's up. Yeah. It's gonna be crazy, man. It's gonna be crazy this year. Like NFL is who do you think the best team right now in the NFL before we get to the Eagles? You think the Eagles are the best team?
The Eagles.
What about the Dolphins? I thought about the Dolphins. You don't like the Dolphins?
I thought they were the best team before they were the start of the season, man.
You did say that.
Great.
You did say that.
Yeah,
that's
man.
why I was messing with you. You did say that if we did it last time we did it. You was like the Eagles. That's your team, but
that's my team, man. Hey. They've been solid ever since they gave Mike Vick that second chance. Hey, I've been rolling with them since then. So I'm definitely gonna continue to roll with the Eagles. Continue to do great things.
Have they really been dominating, or has it just been
the that last game? I didn't like what I saw against Washington, man. They got a lot of stuff to work on.
31-34. Yeah, you let Washington be that close.
They gotta get that offense. The offense gotta get more fluid, man. Defense was decent. They still gotta get a little bit stronger. I think they got some guys out hurt. That's why they wouldn't as fluid as they normally are on defense. But they have got to get it. They have got to get it together, man. I don't like what I'm seeing. It's too close for comfort. That's what I was saying about that.
Yeah. Because I know somebody watching the recap, and they were saying how they didn't like the fact that they pushed him. They say they pushed him in for the touchdown when the quarterback sneak.
Yeah,
they we're like, dude, whatever it take, man. Football people don't realize whatever it take, man. You got to will win sometimes. You got to will yourself in the end zone,
man.
And who they play there? They play the Rams. They might win that game. I think this might be a tough game. You got the D line coming at you. Aaron Donald coming at you. It's gonna be. They probably won't win that game though. Jets they won that.
That O line better be ready. They better be studying some tape.
This the game right here.
Man, that defense better be great when they play Miami.
The Bills beat them today, though. The Bills beat Miami today. They beat them bad. They kind of beat them bad. Let me go back to that. They beat them kind of bad too.
What's Miami's? What's the Bills' defense rating?
They rated pretty high. Hold on, let me go to the Bills real quick. They definitely they beat them 48-20.
Yeah, that's pretty
good.
Put
them 48 on them. Good God. I can't replay it because they're gonna ding me for it. If I try to replay the highlights, they're gonna ding me for it on YouTube. they be hating on me when I play them highlights, but look at the stats real quick. But yeah, man, 48-20, because they put up a 70 piece on Denver. Man, they must have put the clamps on, or they had a good D line. Well, he got 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Okay, that makes sense.
I want to see what their defense look like, their defensive rating. If they did that to Miami, they must got a really good defense. Can you put up the defensive rankings in the NFL?
Let me see. Let's do team stats. Passing and rushing.
Man.
No defense. Here you go. Defense. All right. Pass defense. Do we have a ranking or it just showed them?
Hey, the Buffalo Bills are number 3. They said Dallas Cowboys are number 2. San Francisco.
Yeah, if Dak don't get better. San Francisco should be number 1. They're not number 1.
Who?
San Francisco. They number 1, ain't they? San Francisco?
Yeah, San Francisco number 1.
Yeah.
Dallas is number 2.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Let's see. The Buffalo Bills number 3. Yeah, the New York Jets number 4. The Cleveland Browns number 5.
What?
They say the New England Patriots got number 6. The Ravens number 7. The Chiefs 8. The Philadelphia Eagles 9, and the Saints are 10. So, I definitely.
It's still kind of early in the season, though. We got to revisit that again toward the middle of the season. That'll probably kind of even back out. Cowboys, I think it could be a little overrated, man. You know what I'm saying? If Dak don't get better, though, he's gonna make it hard on them. He got to get better, man.
Dude. I mean, he torched the Patriots today. Did pretty good.
The Patriots, come on, man. The Patriots, man.
I'm not a Dallas fan, but
me either. I'm not either. Man, just keeping it real. 38-3. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, he torched. They did a good job against the.
He should have torched the Cardinals. Why didn't he touch? He should have torched the Cardinals, man.
Man, that's the nature of the Dallas.
How you let a rocket scientist? How you let a rocket scientist, a dude that worked for NASA, come off the couch and come outplay you?
Dude, let me tell you something. Hey, stranger
dude
things.
Dude out there doing algorithms. He had to.
Hey, stranger things have happened.
At a 30-degree angle, if I do this 30-degree angle, but I throw it at this velocity.
yeah. Put that science on them.
Oh man, that's what's up, man. But yeah, man, Belichick. I don't know what's up with Belichick. He ain't got the talent. I think.
Man,
the thing is,
they should have been nicer to Tom, and allowed Tom to stay as long as he liked, and then had him develop their next quarterback.
I think it's just sometimes coaches get you get this wealth of talent, and it only lasts for so long, and then it seems because you think about what would you say
Tom bought in the talent.
Like, someone was there before he got there though. Like when he first won the first 2 Super Bowls, it was Tom was sitting on the bench. Let's not forget he was a 7th-round pick.
Yeah.
So
and look at that 7th-round pick have how many rings now?
You said what?
That 2nd-round pick has how many rings now?
And it's because of the system, right?
I give credence to the system.
We just talked about this 5 minutes ago. We just talked about this 5 minutes ago.
I said I will give credence to the system, but I will say this. He does have a Super Bowl outside of the New England Patriots, which gives a segue to there has to be something to Brady's talent set. It is not system only.
And with that, it has to be talent around him.
Of course, that's probably why he's not playing. That's why he's not probably back in.
And they had the talent at the team. That's why they got rid of Jameis Winston. They had the talent there already. All you had to do was just come get in the driver's seat.
Dude, I wish, man, I really hate that for Jameis, man. I feel like he should be throwing that football somewhere.
The question you got to ask about Jameis, though, is what is it that stops him from going to the next level?
Well,
mentally, like, what is it? Is it not enough film? Is he not really working out? What is it? Like, what? Some players have it, some people don't. Some people can't get over that hurdle to go to that next level. My thing is,
when I look at some of the horrible play from some of the quarterbacks, I think the Jets quarterback,
Oh yeah, Zach Miller is it Zach Miller? Or?
I think he was allowed to stink up the place. When I look at that type of snitch that's coming over there from the Patriots,
Yeah,
allowed to
Mac
stink up the
Jones.
place.
Yeah, Mac
Yeah,
Jones.
my thing is this. That lets me say Cam deserves another opportunity to throw that football. I think that Jameis Winston should be throwing the football as well. When you look at the snitch from other players that are allowed to throw the football,
I think Cam. Would you
he
agree?
kind of
He's in the point of his career that
he's on a down slide of it.
he's on a point of his career where his personality is so much bigger than how much he plays that I think that keeps him. We talking about policy. We was talking about policy earlier, right? A lot of team policies don't want that. You know what I'm saying? If he was balling out, they wouldn't care. If he was
what about
balling
Colin
out,
Kaepernick? Does Colin have a skill set to throw the football?
I think the 8 ball being on the list, the policy list
Yeah.
stripped a lot of years away from him. I think when he made a choice to do that, I think the cost, he paid the cost. And I think the best, he did it kind of in his peak on the decline, but he lost those years. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he'll be the same if he came back.
And I think
because he been out too long, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'll say
That's
this.
just my opinion.
I feel like America will be better when we value each other and one another more.
Yeah.
And I feel like once we start doing that, we become that country that everybody has to fear.
Yeah.
Once we start to unite as a people, unite around the talent, unite together as a people, I feel like then we become a stronger country.
And I think in order to unite, you have to give up something. And I think that's gonna be the problem sometimes. Some people don't want to give up
so.
what we deem as power, what we deem is like, you know.
Well, that's the thing about America. The best is going to probably thrive no matter what in some form, shape, or fashion, right? I think that's the good thing about America, that if you have some type of thing that you're good at, more likely you're going to thrive. You know,
But you got to have the mindset to want to thrive, because there's still going to be hurdles put in front of you that you got to knock some walls down in order to keep thriving for certain people. I say that.
Well, yeah,
we talked about that earlier. And even at the job, we know some people that are the best, but because of they're not liked, maybe, or they're not the political person, they can't get to certain levels because of that. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. Either side, both colors, black and white side. You know what I'm saying?
Well, definitely. We've got to value those people that are putting in the work, that are dedicated to the cause of doing what is supposed to be done. So
right.
I'm definitely gonna go there first. And I feel like being a person of color, there's always this tendency that even though Deion Sanders doesn't have the talent or have the time to develop the talent, he's always expected to be great as those that did. And so that creates a bit of unfairness. But I feel like beyond the years, those differences will be subsided by
I think
the
a lot
time.
of behind the scenes, a lot of coaches are a little bit leery because he's going to change the game as far as, he's not wearing the polo shirts about the school polo shirt, the khaki, you know what I'm saying, and the school shoes and stuff like that. He wearing his own thing. I mean, he a brand himself. And a lot of coaches don't understand that's what the times are going to. You have to create. You get paid the most money. Why not be a brand? Why does Nick Saban? Why don't he have a brand? You know what I'm saying? He should have the King of Alabama. He should be like the King. He should have a logo, the King of Alabama. I don't know, but he should have.
They're gonna pay Nick Saban whether he have on a t-shirt, a cut up t-shirt, and some jeans on. Right. I believe the Prime has to develop other avenues of to get that revenue stream.
That's what I like about Prime. He's doing it the way he know how to do it, man. And that's how you got to do it. You got to do it the way that you know how to do it. Sometimes you can't do it like another person because they're built to do it that way. You know what I'm saying?
Can you win games? Can you bring revenue to this college? I feel like those.
He did that. He's not even.
I think that's what he's doing. I feel like no matter let him wear whatever he wants to wear if he's winning games within reason.
That's what I like about Belichick.
Within reason, if he's winning games and bringing revenue to the college and doing what he set out to do.
Right.
All that other stuff, they can want him to come in with a school polo and khakis and some nice Kohans. I mean, or whatever they wear up in college football. I like Kohans, but
I think that's the thing. I've been noticing just growing up. You have to understand when the generation and the time change. The methods don't have to change, but you gotta understand the generations are changing. You know what I'm saying? Just all over in every landscape, the generations change. You have to figure out how to keep things efficient, though, in the leadership when you're in that leadership position. I think that's the tough part because if you doing it's like it's a better way, you know. Saying some people kind of get it's like, wait a minute, I'm used to doing it this way. What happened to that? You know what I'm saying? So,
you got to change your way how you view culture.
Yeah,
you got to have culture sensitivity in the way you deal with people. From different cultures, and it's hard on us all, you know, even as a teacher.
Yeah.
That's one thing that they
I pray for y'all. I know it, bro.
Teach us to have to you know, have a cultural sensitivity to certain things, and you know, we're human beings, we're gonna err, but you know, that has to be a part of our personal policy, and it has to be a part of the policies in major NFL teams and in the NCAA, those college teams that have those.
But I gotta be honest, bro. I like the culture of the school. I like the culture because my thing is this: like, if my kids want to play sports, I don't have no problem with that. But I would rather for them to thrive in the academic level first before you get to sports, because me growing up, I didn't realize how important the academic side is. Literacy, you know, reading, math, understanding that stuff. That's your foundation. Sports is not the foundation. That is
we had a lot
because
of
if you take literacy in the sports, now you can do game film. Now you can look at the game and break down the game when you can understand what you're looking at. But if you're just talented, you got to have stuff to add with talent. You know what I'm saying?
You got to have some books. You got to have some book sense. You got to have some discipline.
Yeah,
you got to be able to be willing to sit down and review tape and look at the stats and look at how other people play. You gotta be willing to go the extra mile. And
I do that in real life. Like I use that for real life. Like I think like that. Like I go back and look at the tape. If I mess up, like, okay, where did I mess up? I messed up right here. Make the adjustment. Turn the dial down or turn it up. So if I get back to that place again, I've been here before. I need to turn the dial up. Let's not make that mistake again. So, but man,
it's all about making the transition. That's it.
All about making the transition.
I feel like Coach Prime is doing that. We're gonna see some, whether it be in this level or NFL, wherever guys take some next. I feel like he's gonna put the work in.
I think he want to be like Nick Saban, bro. Like he want to be like the king of ball. Whoever Florida State playing around, they don't want to put the problem up. They're gonna end up paying.
I like Florida State too. Florida State, that's one of my teams.
Oh yeah, Miami, that's my team. Miami, the U, baby. But
I like when they had Jimbo Fisher down there. I felt like he really cared about them guys, man.
Yeah, he used to get that talent too, Jimbo, man. He get that talent, man. But yeah, they gonna have to get Prime. I don't know what they're waiting on, man. They gonna have to get him. They got to pay him about $200 million now. Keep going up.
Who you talking about?
Florida State. They're gonna have to get Prime eventually.
I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna move from Boulder. I don't know, man.
Probably like 4 or 5 years or something like that. Once he build up Boulder and they see that, a lot of teams gonna be like, man, we gotta
go anywhere. I mean, Coach Prime can go anywhere and coach.
Yeah.
Anytime you 7 points off from handling the number 8 ranked USC with the Heisman Trophy with all their weapons around. I mean, Prime can literally go anywhere and coach.
He bring your Warren Sapp. He bring Warren Sapp to his defensive team coaches.
Oh yeah,
when he get them DBs in that D line, when he's in D line, bro, and them speed receivers, them tall receivers like Oregon had. Oh man, it's over, bro. I'm telling you, it's gonna be crazy. They're gonna really be hating on them, man.
They had a 4-star receiver. Listen to this. They had a 4-star receiver owning like doing some amazing stuff against USC, man. A 4-star recruit, dude.
Yeah,
come on now.
Yeah, for sure,
man. Just think about when the talent pool opens, and we don't even know. We don't even know who he has on the bench right now, man. We don't know the guys. We don't know his talent pool yet. That we haven't seen him develop. I mean, this is what, week 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I think We're gonna have like what, like an 8-9 win season, man. They probably like an 8-9 win season, man. It's gonna be pretty cool. They probably go to a bowl game.
I'll tell you this. They'll have more wins than they've had last year.
Oh, for sure. They already beat that anyway.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. But man, I sure appreciate you for coming on, man. I know we've been trying to catch up, man. People don't understand it's real life, trying to make content to be real life people, man. We not like Stephen A. Smith. We get paid billions and we can just sit in the studio all day.
No, I gotta go back to the classroom, and hey, I got I got a lovely wife and 2 children to go home to.
Same here. Wife and 2 kids, man.
Hey, life is real.
Do some homework. I gotta do some homework tonight.
But it's been a pleasure to, man, be up on here and be able to dialogue with you. And I definitely like what I would say to the people all around, put Christ first in your life. And this is me, this is put Christ first. And also, we got to work on loving one another more.
For sure.
And I definitely want to see this country thrive and be able to help other people. And the only way we're going to be able to help other people is that we be a strong country ourselves.
So it's crazy, man. I was younger. I asked Jay this on the other podcast. I got to make a clip out of it. I asked him, like, when you see the drive to work every day and worrying about paying their bills, what's the percentage of those people that really have the time to look into politics, to really understand what politics is? And it's like, do they even have time? But don't be the people that vote, though. Don't be the drones of people that vote. But do they really have time to look at these, everybody that's on the ballot, you know what I'm saying? Or they vote just off the name recognition. You know what I'm saying?
Unfortunately, we have a lot of growing to do.
Because I told him, like, when the last time you seen a politician in the Southwest, it's in Little Rock, period. Maybe you may see him ride through. You're like, oh, I see his tags. That's a senator, but they be riding down the street, but you'll never see them down the ballot. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, they might stop at that Starbucks by the police.
And say they was there.
And then get on down. Hey, gas up at one of those gas stations.
Man.
Hey, get on out.
Yeah, man. I'm thinking about doing it, though. I've been thinking about that, just making like a little show talking about.
I mean, Southwest got certain district politicians, but we're talking about the big names.
For sure. But yeah, I think regular people, though, they just don't have that something to really talk to them about politics. Like this, I thought about doing that. I'm getting older. Shit, like I be looking at politics podcasts and stuff more now. I'm getting older, man. But thinking about that, especially when I get done with school, definitely thinking about making like something that just talk about the different candidates and stuff and what a policy, just the basic stuff that you think probably a person need to know, like expose them to that. Because like I say, it's people voting for people, they just know their name, so they just Democrat. So I'm gonna vote for them just because they blew up.
We gotta look at platforms. We gotta look at their platforms. We gotta vote.
Yeah, look at them. Because you put that wrong person out, they say that dream, they don't never do it. They tell you that. But yeah, but man, I appreciate you coming on, bro. I know you got to get off, man. I got to do family time. I feel you, bro. Same here, bro.
I know it. Hey, man, thank you for having me. And hey,
no problem.
Have a blessed night, brother.
Oh, we got to come before we get up out of there. That's my wife. I really enjoyed the show tonight. It would have been even better if John Pettis was there. We missing him on the show. Great work, everyone. I love you too, babe.
Thank you.
Yeah, John, he gonna be on the next one, man. He's just a little tired up today, man. We're gonna get him on there though. But yeah, guys, we about to get up out of here. Family time now, man. Thanks for watching the show. Comment, let us know if you like it. We'll definitely be back as stuff happen in sports. And I appreciate my bro Mel, man. Appreciate it.
I appreciate you, brother.